Hey guys, welcome back. So this has been a really rough week. Um, I've been going through some physical things the past year, and it's just one of those weeks where things are acting up, and it's been really, really hard. But pushing through, and I've been making things happen. Um, what I want to talk to you about today really has to do with something I've mentioned on one of the previous videos, pretty much on how the devil can attack you. And this is something very important to know and be aware of and be able to recognize when it is happening. I had an idea of the different ways he may attack um, when I started, and I guess I didn't really fully understand what it could look like. Little things like, the microphone acting up or technology barriers trying to upload videos, them uploading blurry, or all of a sudden things going black when I'm watching my playback. Different things that would be frustrating and hinder my spirit and just put me in a bad mood. I expected those things to happen. Those things definitely happen a lot. Um, I experienced something a bit different a couple nights ago, and I need to kind of give you a little backstory. So, some of you who know me probably know this, um, but a while ago, it was right after I graduated from grad school. I fell into a depression, a very deep depression, and there were things going on in my life, different, situational things that happened that caused me to go there, but it lasted for quite a while. And with that depression also came really bad anxiety. I told you I've dealt with anxiety my whole life, but never on the scale I was dealing with it back then. And I would have panic attacks just absolutely out of nowhere for no reason. They would just happen, and they were really bad. I got to a point where I couldn't even work because of the panic attacks and the depression. I couldn't function. And the doctor I'd been going to thought there was a little more going on there. He diagnosed me with something else. I got on all these medications. Long story short, I ended up getting a second opinion, getting off of the medications, and found out the depression was just gone. It had subsided on its own. And my anxiety was back to being the normal anxiety I've always had, which is manageable. So, but I did deal with that, and I was in that dark place for about 3-ish years, I would say. Um, it was the darkest time in my life, more than more than anything I've experienced so far in my life. And I was very open about it back then. Those of you who know me know I was determined to glorify God through the whole experience. I was going to help people through what I was going through, and I was very open about how I was feeling about things, and people did reach out to me, and I just wanted to help them because I knew how hard it was to go through it. I wanted to just try to encourage people through it as well. That kind of kept me going through it. And I know it probably seems strange to people around me that once I got off the medication and found that I really was better, a lot of those medications can actually cause you to become depressed or have panic attacks. So we kind of have to be careful. Apparently I was better and I didn't need the medication anymore. The medication was just causing all those things to still happen. But once I got out of it, it was like the best way I know how to describe it is almost like PTSD. I didn't want to talk about it anymore. I wanted to pretend like it never happened, like I never went through it, because I don't like talking about it. It was a very dark, scary place. And even though I did fully lean on God through the whole thing, and it brought me so much closer to God going through it, I can't say I even regret it because of how much closer it brought me to Him. I really learned to depend on Him. I don't like going back and thinking about it. And so it's hard for me to talk about. So now that, I've let you know about that, really, a couple nights ago, I haven't dealt with any depression or anxiety like that in years. I would say it's been since around the time Ariel was born, really, because that's when I started weaning off the medications, and I realized I was myself again. I was feeling really, really great. So she's going to be 3 this summer. It's been about that long. And all of a sudden, keep in mind, I was feeling physically weak this past week because of how what's going on with me physically works. I was just feeling really out of it anyway and weak, not very strong. And Thursday night, I started just feeling kind of funny, and I was laying in bed, and all of a sudden, this just dark cloud, or it was like a black hole of emptiness, just kind of started to like consume me. Like it was like swallowing me up, and my anxiety just went crazy. I was like, my heart was beating out of my chest. I got flooded with all these intrusive, horrible thoughts, and it freaked me out because I haven't experienced any of that in a very long time, and it came out of nowhere. It just flooded me, these just like dark thoughts, this depression, this sadness, this emptiness, and all this anxiety. It just like attacked me, and it did take me a while to realize what was going on because I was just so thrown back from feeling that way. Um, I was like, what is happening right now? My life has been going great. I really am happy. And, you know, took me probably about I don't know, an hour to realize it, but I was like, this is the devil. And I'm sure God helped me come to that conclusion, thankfully. But it was scary. And I was like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not going back to that place. Any of you who have been to that place, you know where I'm coming from. It's like you would do just about anything to keep from going back. And once he helped me realize what was really going on there, I went straight to my office, and it was midnight. I came straight in here, and I started blasting my worship music, and I was just like, God, you are handling this situation for me because I can't battle it right now on my own. I was like, so I just started worshiping. I started meditating on those words. I started just praying and seeking him, and I just put myself before God, and I let him handle the situation. And, took me about half an hour to really calm down and focus. But I was just overwhelmed with joy all of a sudden. It was like I literally felt lighter. Like everything, the anxiety, the empty, depressive thoughts were gone. Everything just like faded away, and I just felt lifted up and like light. Like that is what an attack from the devil can look like. Okay? So if you experience anything like that, something that's just way out of the norm, it hits you from left field and you're like, what is happening right now? He knows where you are weakest, unfortunately. And he knows how to really get in your head. He knows what's going to break you, what's going to bring you down. That's why it is so important that you be able to recognize when that is happening and you go straight to God. Wherever you are, you can talk to him right then and there. But if you're able to just get away, I flooded myself with that worship music. I was not allowing anything else to get in. And I ended up staying in here for like an hour because then I was just enjoying myself, and I felt really, really good. I was tired, but I felt really good. I felt so renewed. It was just like this freedom. I just had this freedom, and I just, please if you experience anything like that, just go straight to God and He will fight that battle for you, because He does not want Satan attacking you. He will not let Satan win. Just go to Him, give the situation to Him, and that's just something you're not going to regret. You're not going to regret it. So, I came into this room that night feeling defeated, just defeated and hopeless, and like, oh, it was just terrible having that feeling inside of me again, because it's been a really long time since I felt that way. And I walked out of here feeling so free and light and just filled with joy and hope. And I just pray that you guys have the strength in those moments to go straight to God and to recognize what's happening and to not let the devil win. That's just the message I had to give today. So, because, whenever you do something good, whenever you're living for God, doing anything the devil doesn't want you to do, he's going to attack you because he doesn't like it. And so just be prepared for those moments. It can happen in those little ways, but he can really come at you strong. So always think of God first in those situations. He should be the first one that comes to mind when you're going through anything like that, and just bring it to him. Okay? That's my message for today. Stay strong out there if you're going through similar things. I hope you guys have an awesome week. I love you all. I'll see you in my next video.